Well, graduands, you look just wonderful. What a bright and impressive looking group. And hello up to the rafters there. So glad everyone could join us today. Good afternoon, distinguished guests, faculty, colleagues, families, and friends. I'm Anna K. Todd, Vice President Learning at Bow Valley College, and it's indeed an honor and a privilege to welcome each and every one of you here today. This is an important and memorable day for each of our graduates and for our faculty and staff who have stood alongside them throughout their studies. I would now like to introduce the members of our platform party, and I ask them to stand as I call their names. Please hold your applause until I've finished with the introductions. On my right, in the first row, our keynote speaker, Dave Kelly. From the Bow Valley College Board of Governors, Philip Huglot, Laurel Madrow, Candace Cummings. As well, please welcome some special guests and the remaining college executive deans and directors. We have Nancy Biamonte, Director of Marketing and Communications at Athabasca University, Joanne McDonald-Watson, President, CLPNA Council, that's the Colleges of Licensed Practical Nurses of Alberta, Russ Wild, Director, Learning Resource Services at Bow Valley, Lynn Connell, Director, Learner Success Services, Charles Pankratz, Registrar and Director of Enrollment Services, and Lynn Connell, Director, Student Success Services. On my left in the front row, Joanne Stalinsky, Chair of the Board of Governors of Bow Valley College, Sharon Carey, President and CEO of Bow Valley College, Jill Danby, our Vice President, College Services, Deborah Aiken, Vice President, Enrollment and Learner Services, Bernard Benning, Vice President, Campus Development, Val Hoy, Associate Vice President, College Advancement, Marianne Fish, Acting Dean, School of Health, Justice and Human Services, Mitchell Dahl, Valedictorian, School of Health, Justice and Human Services. You have a fan or two. David Allwright, Dean, School of Business. Deanna Wright, Valedictorian, School of Business. Dr. Keith Seal, Dean, Center for Excellence in Foundational Learning. And Elsa Brooke, Dean, Center for Excellence in Immigrant and Intercultural Advancement. I'd also like to welcome the instructors and staff of Bow Valley College whose support, dedication, and knowledge help bring you here today. Would the platform party please stand and be recognized? And now I would also like to thank our many donors in the audience today and acknowledge and welcome two of whom are special guests today. Welcome Marlene Campbell. Marlene and her husband Don are generous supporters of learner opportunity and success at our college. Thank you both for your support. We also welcome Ismail and Safana Barwani, who also generously support our students. Thank you so much for your friendship to the college and its learners. And thank you all for taking time to attend today. And now, before we begin, just a housekeeping request. Would everyone please turn off your mobile phones or pagers or anything else that beeps on your person? And we need to avoid standing at the back or in the aisles due to health and safety regulations. May I now invite Joanne Stalinsky, Chair of the Bow Valley College Board of Governors, to the podium to say a few words and bring greetings on behalf of the board. A longtime supporter and friend of Bow Valley College, Joanne Stalinsky is currently serving her second term as a member of the board at Bow Valley College and her first term as chair. Joanne joined the board during her career as a health service executive, while she served as Senior Vice President Wellness and Citizen Engagement within the Calgary region. During her current term with Bow Valley College, she continues to bring to the board her perspective of health and community service. Welcome, Joanne.
Thank you, Anna Kay, and good afternoon, everyone. Greetings to my colleagues on the Board of Governors, President Carey, Vice Presidents, Deans, Directors, faculty and staff, very special guests, and of course, our very special graduates. On behalf of Bow Valley College Board of Governors, it's my great pleasure to congratulate you, our graduates, and to applaud your achievements. If you're sitting in this room in a cap and gown, then you know how much time and energy you have put into this success. You have completed your program, and you have achieved a diploma or certificate that you're going to be receiving today. This is a very big thing in life. You have earned a credential from an organization that I'm very proud to say has a reputation that's almost unequaled in my experience. Bow Valley College has wonderful relationships, reputation and success, and programs that reach far beyond our city, our region, and even our continent. So you have a piece of paper, you're going to be getting a piece of paper that means something. It means something because it has required your work and achievement with all the sacrifices involved. And it means something because it comes from your affiliation with a reputable institution, our Bow Valley College. So I hope you feel proud of your achievement and your identity as a Bow Valley College graduate. You don't have to say in a hushed voice, I am a Bow Valley College graduate. You can say, I am a Bow Valley College graduate. And you can even strut a little. Yeah. I think you have the idea. You'll be just fine out there. Yes, the piece of paper that you're going to be receiving is really important in this world of ours today. And you've probably already received the idea and inspiration from your studies at Bow Valley College that your learning doesn't stop here. You can build on this piece of paper to learn more and add to your experience. You can go away from Bow Valley College and you can come back to us. You can go on to other post-secondary institutions. You can read, you can converse, you can investigate. There are so many ways that you can continue to learn and build on what you have achieved today. And you'll still be our Bow Valley College graduate, a graduate who keeps on learning. Now, although this particular diploma or certificate is very important, and as I said, is a very big thing, I know that if you're like our other graduates over our long history, you are taking something more away from you, with you, from your experience at Bow Valley College. You're likely taking away an experience of being believed in and maybe even loved a little or a lot by your wonderful instructors. They have, I know, tried to draw out the very best in you, probably more than you thought you had. And you're probably also taking away some experiences of learning, being helped by other students maybe, overcoming some tough times, and celebrating in the many ways that I know Bow Valley College tries to celebrate your achievements. So I'm expecting that when you really think about it, and when you check in with how you feel about your achievement here, your experience of achieving this diploma at Bow Valley College has affected your feeling about yourself, who you are in your very essence, who you're becoming, the you that you share with your family, friends, and future employers. So sometime soon, before, after, or during the celebrations today, or the ones that will ensue as you party a little bit, I hope you will reflect on how you have grown as a person through your endeavors here. Yes, some of these new experiences you've achieved may already feel like part of you, but I can guarantee you, if you think about them and label them, for example, if you maybe did a great job in being a group member and you never thought you could be a group member, you know, I became a good group member, or I never thought I'd be able to learn math, but I learned math and I can learn anything. If you label that, it will become as much a part of your credentials as the certificate or diploma that you will receive today. Celebrate, these new parts of yourself that you've discovered while you've been with us in Bow Valley College. These too are good reasons to celebrate and be proud as you graduate. So all these words lead to some final expression of congratulations, which I offer you very sincerely on behalf of the entire Board of Directors, and I'm sure on behalf of the many sponsors and supporters who have believed in what you can achieve as a result of your efforts and your achievement. We are proud of your achievement. We are thankful that you chose us on your road to learning better living and living a better life. And we send with you our very best wishes for your career and for living your precious life to the fullest. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Joanne. It's always a pleasure to have you representing our Board of Governors at our graduation ceremony. Today, it's my pleasure to introduce Dave Kelly, our keynote speaker. We are honored to have Dave Kelly here to speak at our Spring 2013 graduation. Dave has spent the past 20 years as an award-winning television and live event host, finding and telling stories from the approximately 20,000 people he's interviewed. In that time, he's learned the stories that matter most aren't the ones we hear or the ones we tell others, but the ones we tell ourselves. These stories make the difference between good and great, reaching our goals, and watching others reach theirs. Between a life we want and a life we're stuck with. Dave, welcome. We look forward to your remarks.
Hello, everybody. Thank you very much, Vice President Todd. It's a pleasure to be here. I couldn't be more excited to be here, and let me explain why. But first, in front of both of you, Chair and President, the rest of our members here, up on this stage for all of you, and most importantly, are there any parents of these grads who are here today? By applause, can I hear the parents? Are there any uncles or aunts of anybody of these grads? Very good. Are there any grandparents? And you know the grandparents because they're the ones whose shirts don't fit because their chests are out like this. And they're saying to everyone who will listen, I remember when I was holding their mom on my knee, and they can't imagine how time went that fast because it was only 2 weeks ago. Are there any kids of graduates here today? Are you proud of your mom or dad? And can I just hear, just for laughs, all the people in the cheap seats up there? Can you guys just yell for a sec? And just for you, can I hear from everybody who's sitting in a chair today because they are graduating? Let's hear from you. Well, let me tell you why I ended up here. And it's for a very special reason. And that is because I got a tour of your school. My sister went to Bow Valley 10 years ago, but Val Hoey took me around and she showed me all the different ways that they wanted to give you a great opportunity, all the different centers. And they talked about the different colleges and other schools that are part of it. And she said, look at this art. This art makes people feel at home because it's a piece of them. That's what we wanted here. And she said, and look at this and look at that. And then she'd say, and look at them smiling. She'd look at them smiling. And I didn't have to look at them smiling because I was looking at her smiling because she was so excited. She was so excited. It's the same thing that makes the Chair Stalinsky so excited, and that makes the President Kerry so excited, and that is you. And here's what happened. Today is the only day that will be like this. You in that chair with those people beside you, with these people up here, and with me is the only time ever in the history of Earth that this happened. And you know why? It happened because a year ago, or 2 years ago, or maybe 10 years ago, you decided you were going to make your life better. And you said, okay, I'm going to make my life better. What am I going to do? And you found Bow Valley College. And Bow Valley College was full of these people up here, people who knew more than you. Maybe not a lot more, but people who knew more than you. And so what you did is you went in, and every day you worked. And maybe the first few days the work was about, what bus gets me here, and do I have to carry all my books every day? But eventually it was about doing the work. And your dream, maybe a year, maybe 2 years, maybe 10 years, led you to that chair today. So they asked me to come in, and they said, you've talked to a lot of people. Can you come in and tell these people something meaningful that they can use for the rest of their life? And I said, you understand, of course, nobody's listening to me right now. Everybody's excited about the party and the job. They're not really thinking of me. And they said, well, that's your challenge. Of all the things you've learned, you have to give them something meaningful that they're going to remember for the rest of their lives. I said, here's the deal. I can't stay all afternoon. I don't have that much time. I have a thing I got to go to. And they said, you've got 10 minutes. They better remember this for the rest of their lives. Are you ready? I've interviewed 20,000 people on breakfast television when I used to do that show. And one day a woman came in the middle of winter. And she came to me and we're on the air and she said, Dave, what's a classy car? I said, I don't know, a Cadillac. Well, what's another classy car? I said, Porsche. And she said, I want you to think of a BMW. I said, fair enough, BMW. And she said, so what's a classy car, Dave? And I said, a BMW. She said, I can't hear you. And I'm thinking, I'm one guy on TV. What does she need to hear? And she said, what is it? And I said, a BMW. She goes, great. And this is the thing you're going to use, maybe next week, maybe 20 years from now, but it goes like this. Someday, a big opportunity is going to come. Maybe it's a big opportunity for a job advancement, or maybe it's a big opportunity for a new date, but it's going to be at a fancy dinner. And that fancy dinner, you're going to walk in and you're going to have a suit and tie on, or a beautiful dress, or a business suit. You are going to be looking top notch. And you're going to walk into that and it's a ballroom. And there'll be a big round table there. And you're there because that person who's going to be sitting beside you is your boss. And you're going to try to get a raise out of them, and you know you got to, and tonight's the night to impress that boss. Or maybe it's a person who could be your boss, who your dream is to work with them because they run an incredible company. And this is your chance, this is your night. Or maybe it's a love interest, somebody who is so beautiful and attractive and smart, and the way they smile makes you talk funny, and the way their hair, it's perfect, and you're sitting there beside them, and this is your chance. And it hasn't even started yet. You just sat down, and this is it. You realize you got to say something. So you look over to the person, and you say, but lucky for you, there was a big noise in the room and they didn't hear you and they didn't know you just made that sound. But the reason you made that sound is because you're panicked and you're nervous and you want it to go so well, and all you can think to say is, bah! And you think, oh, what am I going to do? And your mouth is dry and you got to save this thing. This is horrible. And you look over and you think, I need a drink of water. And you look up and there's a water on this side of the plate and there's a water on that side of the plate. And you don't know which water is yours because it's a round table, and you're panicked and you're sweating and you're going, yeah, this is my only chance. And then in a minute, you remember Dave Kelly. And you remember he told you about a classy car. And you go, a classy car, a classy car. It's a BMW, BMW. I need a drink, BMW. BMW, bread, meal, water. That one's my water. And for the rest of your life, you're going to remember that. And I've talked to everybody. I've talked to presidents. I've talked to everybody. The one thing I never forget every time I sit at a round table is that one. So that's one situation. I'm going to save you for a second one. And this is the only two situations you really need. And this one I didn't learn, or I didn't make up, but I learned it from you, because you were in those chairs. Someday in your life, you're going to decide you want to make your life better. And every person in this room, even if they're really important people like President Kerry, everyone in this room is going to be brought to their knees because their life didn't go like they wanted it to. And maybe it's a love that ends, or maybe it's a job that ends, or maybe somebody moves out, or something changes in your life, and you realize, I can sit here and I can feel horrible and complain, or I can make my life better. And when I'm in that situation, maybe it's a big deal, or maybe you just look at the mirror and you turn sideways and go, man, remember when I graduated, I didn't look like this. Whatever that is, you're going to remember what you did today. You found people who were smarter than you, who knew more than you, maybe just a little bit more, and then you went to work. And every day you worked a little bit. You didn't come here for one day to get to where you were. You worked day after day. And then after a year or 2 years or 20 years of working with people who know more than you, you ended up here. So, when you're in that troubled space, or when you just want to make your life better, find people who know a bit more than you and then work. Because here's what's going to happen. You're going to do it, and maybe it'll take you a month to get whatever you needed better, and maybe you'll be at a school, or maybe you'll find a counselor, or maybe you'll just talk to a friend who knows more about something. But eventually, you're going to get better at it. And then you're going to stand there and you're going to think, maybe you'll be in your living room and you'll say, I get along with my husband again, hooray! Or maybe it'll be, I got this degree that I wanted, hooray! Or maybe it'll be, I got that promotion, whatever it was that you made better. And you know what you're going to do? You're going to go out for dinner. And when you go out for dinner, you're going to be there with all of the people that helped you out. And you're going to want to feel classy. And you're going to want to grab the water. And you're going to say 3 important letters. And what are they? BMW. And you will be the classiest person in that room. You are an inspiration to me. I couldn't be more proud to be here and more proud of all of you. All those grandparents and the parents and the aunts and the uncles and the kids are looking at you today and they can't believe how proud they feel of where you are. Never forget, this moment, more than anything else, teaches you when you want to make your life better, you can. Thanks so much. It's great to be here.
Well, he did it, didn't he? In 10 minutes, he gave us something we'll never forget. And very worthwhile, too. Thank you so much, Dave. I wonder if you would step forward and just accept this as a token of our gratitude, certificate. And I want to say that to show our gratitude, we have established a scholarship in your honor.
Wow, thank you very much.
And we'll work with you at a later date to figure out which criteria you would like to create. And we hope you enjoy this special honor. Thank you again.
Thanks so much.
So that award was given on behalf of the class of 2013 and the whole college community. So you have just chosen a special way to thank Dave. Now I understand, as Dave mentioned earlier, that due to another commitment, he's not able to stay for the remainder of the ceremony, but we'd like to thank him again ever so much for his memorable remarks and for taking part in our graduation today. Thanks, Dave. I don't know what's going through my head more, BMW or Well, now Bow Valley College, as you know, is a very diverse school with locations here in Calgary and throughout southern Alberta, with students from many, many walks of life engaging in many different types of educational programs and training. And today we're fortunate to be hearing from two students who have been chosen to represent their departments. These student representatives, or valedictorians, are both outstanding students in their programs and have been asked to give a short speech to mark this important occasion. Now, representing the graduates from the School of Health, Justice and Human Services, Mitchell Dahl is graduating with a diploma in Justice Studies Law Enforcement. Before coming to the college, Mitchell had held a number of jobs that led him eventually to pursue the Justice Studies diploma. He realized, as he went through these many other job opportunities, that he was interested in a career path where he would find a great deal of variety, in fact, no 2 days being the same. He has a deep motivation to create positive change in the community, and he saw this program as a way to develop his knowledge and skills to make a difference in the city. He's already making an impact as a peace officer with the City of Calgary and has an eye to a future career in the Calgary Police Service or another police agency in Western Canada. So please welcome Mitchell Dahl.
Well, hello and good afternoon to everyone here. Of course, I'm a little nervous. I wish Dave was still here because I'd probably say, eek. I feel very honored and privileged to represent Bow Valley College's School of Health, Justice and Human Services 2013 graduating class. Before I get too far ahead, I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome and thank all of the family, friends, and other supporters who have come from near and far to help us celebrate this special day. So thank you very much. Whether you know it or not, your love, support, and encouragement throughout these last few years of our lives has given us the motivation to strive to succeed in our studies. It seems like just yesterday we began our journey at Bow Valley College. Time has passed very quickly. I guess this is what happens when we're busy attending classes, studying for exams, striving to achieve personal goals, and waiting in the notorious winter traffic jams. I feel that we've been very fortunate to have had the opportunity to learn in this college environment among a diverse array of students, instructors, and career programs. During this brief time, we've witnessed an enormous transformation occur at BVC amid the building construction and recent opening of the South Campus. I personally feel that a significant transformation has also occurred in every one of us that is able to walk across this stage today. We simply aren't the same people that arrived here 2 short years ago. Most, if not all of us, have endured and persevered through a number of significant personal challenges in our lives. I would like to share with you a few of the obstacles that have brought me to where I am in my life today. During my teenage years, I struggled a lot personally with impulsive behavior, low self-esteem, feeling unaccepted, and resorted to substance use. This led me into making some very poor choices that rapidly altered my life for the worse. I dropped out of high school just a year prior to graduation, despite the objection and concern from my parents. This was another poor decision, as I quickly found out, and I spent many years traveling down a path of self-destruction full of pain and dismay. Along this path, I discovered that life was passing me quickly. I was not growing to my potential, nor achieving too much but misery and a broken heart. In early 2000, after a life-changing work incident, I became deeply addicted to alcohol and drugs. This negative behavior enabled me to spiral even further into a depression, and I even attempted to end my life. Fortunately for me, my twin brother Mike was there to assist me. With a lot of compassionate care and professional help, a new hope for my life began. This past January, I celebrated 12 years clean from both alcohol and drugs. Over these years of redemption, I've received an abundance of support, love, and motivation from so many caring people. My family, friends, and support network encouraged me to grow, set goals, and pursue my dreams. I came back to school in 2002 to Bow Valley College, took some general refresher courses, and earned my general equivalency diploma. This was a huge step for me, and achieving this goal helped me realize that my dreams could come true if I worked hard. The next year, our family experienced a significant loss with Dad's passing after a brief but courageous battle with cancer. This was hard for Mom and the rest of the family, including myself. I spent the next number of years working tirelessly in jobs that didn't offer much for the future other than a paycheck. When I finally decided that I needed to pursue an education besides a high school diploma, I quickly remembered my earlier success at BBC and decided to consider the programs that were available. It didn't take me long to decide that I wanted to consider a career in justice. I had my doubts whether I'd be accepted and even tried talking myself out of the option. I registered for the program, and a short month after, received a response letter from the registrar saying I'd been accepted. My excitement continued as the days drew closer to the beginning of the fall semester in 2011. Returning to school has been by far the best choice I could have made. Not only have I learned a great deal while in class from the instructors and my fellow classmates, I've also been able to develop the necessary study, reading, and critical writing skills to excel in my learning. Coming back as a mature student was a challenge of its own. I'm extremely grateful for the care, concern, support, and non-judgmental treatment showed to me by all of our program staff and the Learner Success Services. I feel success is what happens at BBC when you have a phenomenal group of people that extend the best possible service to their students. I'm proud to look around this room at so many accomplished women and men who've been able to pursue their own education dreams and aspire to be the best that they can. I'd first like to direct our attention to the graduating practical nurses, pharmacy technicians, and healthcare aides. I personally want to thank you all for entering into this critical field of study that will soon have you working with society's most vulnerable, infants, sick, injured, disabled, and those facing terminal illness. Seeing you all graduate today gives me an enormous sense of satisfaction. The world needs selfless men and women like you. I look up to you for making these important career decisions. I want you all to know I appreciate being able to have studied in your presence and love seeing each of your warm and beautiful smiles each day. We are fortunate to be celebrating with Bow Valley College's Human Services career programs that are in attendance today, including the first graduates from the Aboriginal Addiction Services Counseling Program, These graduates will be leaving with the necessary education, knowledge, and skilled learning that will help them in careers involving early childhood learning and care, educational assistance, and as addictions counselors. I'd like to thank you for making these noble career choices that will ensure our children grow and mature with the best possible care. This will help them all transition into responsible and competent teenagers. And I especially want to congratulate those that are graduating from the addictions program. That's really awesome. The final group of students I'd like to acknowledge are BVC's Justice Studies graduates. Congratulations to my fellow classmates. Now we must go into the world and utilize the skills, knowledge, and practical experience we've learned from our instructors. I feel privileged to have known each of you on some sort of a personal level in the last 2 years. Our time learning together has prepared us to enter into a variety of careers such as youth justice workers, probation officers, correctional officers, police officers, and other enforcement and justice careers. I feel we're very lucky to have had such qualified, knowledgeable instructors and faculty to prepare us to enter into these careers. I'd like to personally extend my blessings towards you all for a safe and exciting journey as you all go into your chosen career paths. Thank you very much for making these last couple of years so memorable. You will not be forgotten. Lastly, I want to thank the Bow Valley College Board of Directors, executive staff, instructors, support staff, counselors, and other important faculty for making our time here memorable, supportive, and rewarding. This has been an absolutely priceless opportunity for us to rediscover our potential for success, and I will be eternally grateful for all of your leadership and dedication in making this a life-changing time for us all. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Mitchell, thank you so much, not only for acknowledging every program in your class, but for sharing your very personal story with us, because I know it's a journey shared by many in this room. You're an excellent valedictorian, and in commemoration of this day, we have this framed certificate to recognize your speech on behalf of the School of Health, Justice, and Human Services. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Mitchell, for your very brave and inspiring words, and congratulations to you. Now, just a few more housekeeping items before the presentation of the graduates from this school gets underway. We ask that you remain in the auditorium for the duration of today's ceremony, and after the ceremony, a professional photographer from Images of Distinction will be taking portraits in the lobby on the second floor. You will have the option to purchase these photographs through the company website after today. Family and friends, if you wish to take photographs during the ceremony, please come to the front just as your graduate is crossing the stage, and then return to your seat right away. And I ask you to remember that the audience is not allowed to stand at the back of the hall or at the exits. So, graduates, you will be given a souvenir certificate on stage today. Your official parchment will be mailed to you after you've completed your program of study. So our graduates today will be presented by department with our School of Health, Justice, and Human Services first. Please hold your applause until each program's graduates have crossed the stage. Thanks. You may come forward.
Where are they? I may. It's a test, right? I don't know what font they use on these things. So. Gotta have plan A, plan B.
You know when to get in line? Not yet.
You'll know when.
Introducing the Aboriginal Addiction Services Counseling Certificate graduates. Sharon Ballantyne. Carrie Daniels. JC Chanel Dorr. Jessie LeVay. April Phippen. Kevin Pilling. It's okay. Daria Przaniak. Travis Ryder. Montana Schultz. Charlene Wilson. And that ends the Aboriginal Addiction Services Counseling Certificate Program graduates. And now introducing the Early Learning and Child Care Certificate graduates, Julie Bastian. Thank you. Dolores Big Swan. Melina Blood. Jerian Buckskin. Hao Yi Chan. Ashley Crowshoe. Brenda Devine. Jessica Dillon. Lorna Eagle Plume. Nagin Islami. Shauna Fourhorns. Tamara Goodrider. Mary Pat Healy. Ayumi Ishii. Thanks. Kayla Jackson. Brianna Kelly. Yeah, it's in there somewhere. Yi Young Kim. Ji Young Kim. Deline Minibear. Hi. Mahari McGuigan. Thank you. Lindsay Medow. Thank you. Kathleen Mountain Horse. Laura Plain Eagle. Sharman Rahman. Melina Red Youngman. You want that? Lauren Sanchez. Jacinta Wells. Natasha Weasel Moccasin. Marcy Wolfchild. Shu Yi Wu. Tashina Yellowface. Carla Yellowhorn. And that ends the Early Learning and Child Care Certificate Program graduates. And now for the Early Learning and Child Care Certificate Program, I'm sorry. Su Lin Yang. All right, now introducing the Early Learning and Childcare Diploma graduates. Lovepreet Badi. Veronica Buck. Tammy Cotton. Thank you. Gloria Crazy Boy. Kulwinder Dalawal. Raylyn Graham. Thank you. Roxana Zaman. Vanity Hamilton. Hardeep Jaswal. Rajavir Kaur. Jax Karan Kaur. Yi-hee Kim. Jenny Lee. Young Lee. Rena Madadi. Kristen Maxime. Rebecca McLeod. Fatima Merchant. Nilofar Mohib. Manpreet Singh Man. Samantha Red Crow Pretty Young Man. Thank you. Marshall Ravel. Ruhi Wizwan. Faruzadeh Tabi. Roberta Villaverde. Azam Zahinajad. All right. Zarka Kawaji. Yuting Zhang. And that ends the Early Learning and Childcare Diploma Program graduates.
And introducing the Educational Assistant Certificate Program graduates, Subodha Abewikrama. Nusrat Aziz. Angelica Baker. Michelle Burritt. Samantha George. Landy Hartwell. Jean Primo. Tasadik Hussein.
This one's right behind you.
Oh. Yeah. Megan Facchini. Josie Majeski. Christine McCall. Melissa Miller. Amber Nice. Ifioma Obeta. Rizwana Parveen. Shanice Puskarik. Teresa Roxborough. Kelsey Taylor. Lindsay Watt. And that concludes the Educational Assistant Certificate graduates. Now presenting the Justice Studies Diploma Correctional Studies Program graduates, Cynthia Bain. Amanjot Dhaliwal. River Gray Eyes. Jessica Lee Harlock. And that concludes our Justice Studies Diploma Correctional Studies graduates. Oh, we had one more. Sorry. Vanessa Wynn. And now we conclude our Justice Studies Diploma Correctional Studies graduates. And now presenting Justice Studies Diploma Law Enforcement graduates, Lloyd Alexander, Chelsea Bartling, Haley Bilton, Donovan Carlson, Mitchell Dahl, Darren Lobo, Delaunay Loangraj, Kelsey McCarthy, Brooke Minahan, Tanner Moyer, Janine Oram, Stephen Ridley, Andrew Tan, Kristen Tayada, Erica Yates. And that concludes our Justice Studies Diploma Law Enforcement Program graduates. And now introducing our Justice Studies Diploma Youth Justice Program graduates, Yardina Batshaw, Jillian Goodwin, Alicia Hanninen, Janine Johnson, Katie Mell, Natalie Morrow, Robin Richard, Sumit Singh, Alexandra Walker, Cindy Yu. It's okay. Oh. And from Early Learning and Child Care Certificate Program, Gloria Red Young Man. And Mitchell, yes. All right. That concludes.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you. And now presenting the Healthcare Aid Certificate Program graduates, Lionel Jan Baggio,
Hi, Lionel. Congratulations.
Nita Kalimag,
Hi, well done.
Sarah Jane Sioni, Ambalem Chinemu,
Hi, good job.
Deborah Chavez, Gemma Chowdhury,
Hi, well done, well done.
Peter Gay Chapman,
Congratulations.
Benafsha Alizada, Rita Changra.
Hi, Rita, well done.
I'll finish this one. Lisa Carlberg,
Lisa, congratulations.
Grace Contata,
Hi, Grace, congratulations.
Blasila Cordovales,
Congratulations.
Marie-Therese Cornelius, Daljit Diol,
Well done.
Sangjin An,
Congratulations.
Ravinder Daliwal, Emma Elizon, Grace Fade,
Grace, well done.
Maybelline Faustino,
Hi, congratulations.
Anthony Gomez,
Hey, Anthony.
Richard Geerling, Stephanie Genero, Aida Gebru, Mebrat Megrak, Wayne Golder. Kimberly Gray. Lane Henn. Cassandra Henninger. Nelsie Herrera. Holly Harrington. Ivy Xingyun Huang. Samantha Johnson. Mary Lagartona. Leanne Lewin. Jacqueline Lupton. Helen Michu. Maria Edna Montances. Miriam Mwangi. Hannah O. Odikoza. Carrie O'Toole. Richard Pastores. Sonia Pineda. Courtney Puglisi. Maria Beatrice Pulvinar. Christina Quittenbaum. Darlene Reed. Pawandeep Sandhu. Jessica Santiago. Samantha Schofield. Melody Suyat. Tsigareda Tekla Haimanot. Arlene Tumampo. Difrike Upang. Stephanie Valley. Madison Van Backel. Hercilia Velasco. Rebecca Vigil. Lindsay Walker. Candy Webb. And that concludes our Healthcare Aid Certificate Program graduates.
And now the graduates from the Practical Nurse Diploma Program. Elias Abdulia. Monica Adams. Maji Ahit. Evelyn Akpura. Maricon Alamag Castillo. Julia Anderson. Chanel Armstrong. Jennifer Armstrong. Angela Austin. Julie Babin. Maria Karadad Balarut. Pia Bodran. Janet Bellin. Keela Berg. Jennifer Burlingham. France Kasip. Mary Canning. Arvin Castillo. Sarah Chiarelli. Margarita Shua Macaliam. Agape Clement. Jordan Kohlberg. Rosalinda Kossop. Amy Marie De La Cruz. Janet De La Cruz. Juliet DeRose. Leah Desjardins. Manpreet Dillon. Rachel Domino. Megan Dunn. Samara Edie. Erica Estrada. Alana Fleming. Nicole Forez. Meredith Fowler. Joan Fullerton. Amanveer Gill. Letitia Gust. Tori Hall. Casey Hansen. Sarah Hickardy. Rongda Huang. Melissa Hubner. Heather Camp. Caitlin Kenny. Sarah Kim. Song Ki Kim. Hua Han Ku. Cheryl Kropp. Renee Lebrec. Brittany Lance. Jacqueline Leach. Janine Ryu Lizing. Kelly Littlewood. Katie McNeil. Yang Lin. Shamin Liu. Hardik Mahida. Ruth Malimban. Sumandeep Mall. Kawal Mangukia. Diana Martinez. Sheila McCaw. Jessica Mercier. Oratil Fato. Amina Nurali. Patience Dumbi. Tempatope Ojo. Olabunbi Olapadi.
Peline Orwa. Linda Owino. Bagvatiben Parik. Miranda Penner. Chari Lou Piedad. Brittany Pontes. Warren Porcioncula. Jennifer Robinson. Kelly Roxborough. Manisha Roy Chowdhury. Palwasha Safari. Victor Salomon. Paul Santiano. Maria Rita Sartillo. Yogesh Odhavjibai Sheta. Roger Shrestha. Carlo Singpet. Ekjot Simar. Soriano Aileen. Emily Soet. Shauna Souza. Emma Tan. Ubix Tapang. Margie Thibault. Margie. Shanique Thorpe. Diana Tied.
Hi, Diana.
Asha Timasina. Cara May Tiongson. Jennifer Trudgeon. Melissa Tulak. Heidi Villacarlos. Yvonne Vossebelt. Henrietta Ahima. Miriam Zimamoto. And that concludes the presentation of our Practical Nurse Diploma Program graduates.
Well, I think the health, justice, and human services occupations are in good hands, don't you? Let's congratulate our graduates one more time. What a boon you'll be to the economy and to the quality of life of the many individuals that you will serve. While learners from the Center for Excellence in Immigrant and Intercultural Advancement and learners from the Center for Excellence in Foundational Learning are not present at this spring 2013 graduation. These centers include all the foundational preparation courses for learners from literacy to grade 12 and all the English language learning courses from beginner to university entry. Graduates from both of these very large departments in Bow Valley College have a variety of start and finish dates for their courses, so the departments have chosen to celebrate their learners' accomplishments during their own award nights. The Center for Excellence in Foundational Learning is represented here by Dean Dr. Keith Seal and instructors and staff in attendance. The Center for Excellence in Immigrant and Intercultural Advancement is represented by Dean Elza Brooke and instructors and staff in attendance. So Keith and Elza, we ask that you would pass along our congratulations and very best wishes to each learner completing their courses or program in your centers.